Congress MP Manikam Tagore is joining me on the phone line. Mr. Tagore, so that first step appears to have been taken. What will the India group, and you're also in some way a part of it, have to say about this One Nation, One Election committee that has been formed?
It's another jumla to divert the attention from the Mumbai India alliance. Mr. Modi yesterday also has leaked out those stories. Today they are appointing a committee which is not going to take off itself. We all know that three major amendments in the constitution is needed, and there has to be a major issue with the EVM also. The number of EVMs, the order has to be, it can't be like one day magic you can produce EVM and others. HCL orders has not been passed. Even the 5-state election money has not been allocated by the government of India, and they have to have a supplementary budget in the parliament. So there are a lot of issues. It is just to divert the attention, divert the headline management is the main important issue today. Today they wanted to divert from the Adani corruption and the India meet in Mumbai. Nothing else can take.
Why are you saying that, sir? Do you want to elaborate on why are you calling this a diversion? Because this was on the mind of the BJP, had been giving out statements and feelers that they're looking at one nation, one election. Why do you say that a special session could be brought in and this is the bill that could be also introduced, but all of this is a diversion, as you say, sir?
Three amendments have to be made in Constitution. Then there is practical difficulty with the EVM, as I told you. For the coming up Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Telangana and Mizoram election itself, the Election Commission has not got the due amount from the Government of India. For that, they have to pass a supplementary budget in the supplementary bill in the Parliament to get more funds for the Election Commission. EVM has not been ordered. EVM has been ordered for only 5 state elections only. You can't do that. EVM can't be produced at overnight. These are all known facts to the Election Commission. It is all known facts to the government also.
Mr. Manikam Tagore, yes. What is the objection of the Congress party to One Nation, One Election? Let's say the government has made the committee and is going to get the preparations in full swing, and going by what our sources are telling us, could also be put forth in the special upcoming session. So what is the objection really to this specific proposal then?
There is no proposal at all. It is only headline management. Let the proposal come, let the Honorable former President committee makes up a proposal, let them come to the Parliament, let that be discussed. Without proposal, headline and WhatsApp forward, we can't answer. Congress party as a national party can't go on this kind of only headline management of Mr. Modi. Because he wants to take away the Adani story, Adani corruption from it. The questions the Congress leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, has asked yesterday, before the G20, India has been ashamed because of the behavior of Mr. Modi, and the Adani corruption has come out in international papers, financial papers. Government of India is not answering that, and they are trying to divert from others.
Are we expecting a press conference by the India Alliance? Are we expecting some sort of statement to come in from Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, or other leaders of the India group, sir?
Yes, Group Alliance, there is going to be a press conference after the meeting at 3 o'clock in Mumbai. Therefore, you will hear it in that time.
We could get a statement as well on this. Thank you so much. Mr. Manikam Tagore, Congress Member of Parliament, says this is a diversion. It is a diversion from the charges that have come in against the Adani Group. This is about distraction on other issues that the government at the centre does not want to talk about. I want to go back to Mumbai because that's where all the action is going to be. Mosmi, what are we expecting at the India huddle? You've been telling us about the seat sharing formula. The decision to convener will also be taken forth because the big issue remains here. The Modi government, or the BJP led by Prime Minister Modi, is taking a lot of decisions already, while the India Alliance is still deliberating who is their face. Take a look closely on your screens. In the next few days, when from 18th to 22nd September, a special 5-day session will be called in the Parliament. But that is going to be the big issue. Already a lot of reactions coming in. K. Sarvanan of the Dravida Munetru Karagam, the party in Tamil Nadu, is joining us on the phone line. Mr. Sarvanan, good morning. The big breaking that we have right now is our sources telling us a committee has been formed under the chairpersonship of former President Ramnath Kovind. One nation, one election. Do you think this is also the agenda in the upcoming Parliament session? What is the DMK view on this? Are you really rejecting this issue completely?
Yeah. See, this one nation, one election is another jumla of the BJP party, of the BJP. It is against national interest. in a multi-party democracy where there are states and the union in a federal setup, it is not possible to have one nation and one election. They may say that in 1957 we had, at the same time, we had this election. That is because there was the beginning of our democracy. That was when our democracy was born. So it was at initial stages. Now every state legislature has got a different tenure, and the union government has got a different tenure. How will you bring it together? What will meaning if what happens if one tenure of the state government is cut short? What will happen? Are we going to have entire elections again? Are we going to repeat this joke again and again? So it is.
Are you saying that our procedure is not well prepared enough to have one election for the Lok Sabha and also with regard to the state assemblies? But what if the government says we are deliberating on that, we will find a solution and we'll go ahead with it, because otherwise India is always on an election mode, and this way we have now streamlined it. What would you say? What do you say to that? Because that is on agenda for the government clearly ahead of 2024.
See, no. See, it's like it's not like about if we are always on an election mode. It is not so. It is the Prime Minister who is always on the election mode. If the Prime Minister thinks he has to campaign in every corporation election, every municipal election, then that is the reason why the BJP wants to have a one nation, one election. This is against the national interest. So what are they going to do? Are they going to dismiss the Tamil Nadu government now? Are they going to dismiss the Karnataka government now, which has come in just now?
That is what many are deliberating upon about the recent state elections that have already taken place in government form. Mr. Saravanan, my final question. Your party leader, M.K. Stalin, and others, of course, are currently in Mumbai at the India meeting. Are we expecting some reactions that could come in from the DMK and from the India huddle on this?
Yeah, see, that's what the BJP is scared of the India alliance. The BJP wants to divert the attention from the scans of Mr. Adani. That is why they have announced this. It is not a possibility. They will just keep people reacting to this. This is just headline management and nothing more. They will not be able to
say you made a big statement. You're saying Prime Minister Modi and BJP are scared of the India alliance. What makes you state that? Because India alliance doesn't even have a leader right now.
No, it's not required. See, that is the beauty of it. See, that is the beauty of India. We are a federal setup. And he is afraid of all the regional leaders. That is why he wants to create a scare among the regional leaders. He thinks that if the regional leaders are going to worry about the state elections, they will leave the national scene. That is the reason why, because of this scary thought.
All right. So if the Congress party says this is all a diversion, distraction by Modi government, the DMK is saying that this is this is the BJP or PM Modi who's scared of the India huddle that's currently meeting in Mumbai. Thank you so much, A. Saravanan, for speaking to India today. I want to go back now to Mumbai because that's where Mosmi Singh is getting us all the latest from what's happening inside the meeting. This clearly is now going to be a word that will spread amid the leaders at the India huddle, Mosmi. Are we expecting any sort of reaction, press conference? Because this could be now turning into perhaps the next step and then could be brought into the parliament session as well on 18th September.
So, Pooja, clearly, this is snowballing into a huge political slugfest, because even here in Mumbai, one nation, one election was discussed. Earlier, opposition leaders were saying that we are not sure whether this is coming and it could be yet another high. But clearly, with the committee being formed, and the upcoming special session of the parliament already slotted, we could see a fast-paced movement on this count. Clearly, the government would be taking advice from constitutional heads, because remember, it's not the first time that this discussion is or this topic has actually come up. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has several times reiterated the need for one nation, one election. The Law Commission, in fact, deliberated on this and said that it was, in fact, it was feasible, but a wide consultation with stakeholders, with politicians, and various facets need to be considered. Though, in fact, the Law Commission had gone on to, in fact, heap praises about the fact that if one nation, one election is actually implemented, it would save a lot of taxpayers' money. It will, in fact, expedite the administration system and, plug in lots of loopholes, and a permanent state of electioneering that happens in the country, that could be eradicated. So it did highlight many strong points which Prime Minister Narendra Modi has off and on, elaborated when he's discussed or in fact...
And on this, Mosmi, all the reactions coming in from the India alliance will be very interesting and will be awaited, and Mosmi will be getting us the inside scoop and the reactions too.